Hello everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where last time we had sort of success. We tried to do a manned landing on Eve, which we actually accomplished. Fortunately, it was supposed to be a return trip, and the return vessel exploded on the way in, mostly because we lost control of it. But I think it can be salvaged. I think it could work. We just have to change some things, and we also learned a few things on the way, so we can actually make an improved version. So for now I'm just going to put the rear booster stage to the side. We don't need it. What we do need to do is give this stage the ability to have RCS thrust. Mostly just for the re-entry. The launch afterwards will be purely vertical for the most part, and then just circularizing at the very end. And because I only need it for the re-entry, I'm going to put the actual fuel module in the top so that we don't have to worry about taking the fuel module up with us afterwards. Okay, so put a load of RCS thrusters on this. Hopefully that will be enough just to control this entire contraption. So I just gave it another battery in the top there just to help control that. And the other thing we realized we missed on the way was ladders. Okay, well, it's as low down as I can get the ladders. That should work. We'll just have to see. May err on the safe side when we actually get there and not use it, but at least it's there for if we need to. And while I'm here, I'm just going to add action groups to the solar panels and comm array. And the other thing we've realized that I made a big mistake on is there is no need for these top stages to have any fuel in them. So that should give us just a little bit more delta V to play with. Then my final addition to help this thing slow down, I'm going to put air brakes on it. With my logic here being that if I have air brakes on the back, it should add a lot of drag to the back, so if it starts to fall out as it did before, that drag should hopefully right it, acting like the fins on a arrow. Don't know if it'll work, but it's worth a shot. The fairing does still fit over the nose section, so that's fine, that doesn't need to be adjusted. Okay, now unfortunately we don't actually have a pilot left, so I'm going to hire a new one. I would like a pilot just so that we don't lose control due to comms breaking down. So here we go, we've got Jables. Jables can be our pilot. Okay, Space Center's now in the correct position, just in the evening. So should be able to launch up into a reasonable orbit. Yeah, otherwise let's give this thing a go. So normal SAS on, thrust to full, and let's punch it. Okay, and then that section flames out. We detach. They spiral away safely. And I just burn the rest of the central stage. This is still the initial launch group. Can get rid of the fairing. Okay, booster flame out, so detach. Oh. I left that burning a little bit too long. Didn't realise how close we were to getting into an orbit, so we're already on our way. We'll just have to maybe adjust some things. Nice, so got a less than 100 kilometer intercept here. Plenty of fuel. Taking out the fuel in the top stages really helped a lot of things there. We've got enough to completely circularize. All very nice. That now ended up with about 1,000 delta V overkill. Our braking burn now, it's trying to slow us down, put us into a nice circular orbit. For weight saving, I'm going to bleed off what delta V we have here. That'll do us with our re-entry and hopefully help us a little bit when it comes to keeping this thing pointed in vaguely the right direction. So that's bled off nearly all of that. Delta V. Inflate the heat shield, deploy the air brakes, retract the solar panels. And now I just have to somehow keep this thing pointed in the right direction. Entering the atmosphere now. Already having trouble trying to control this. Doing full RCS, it's not enough. And everything's falling apart again. Even all of this RCS is not enough to control it against the aerodynamic forces. It wants to point the other way. I don't know how you're supposed to get something that big down to Eve. And you need something that big to get back out of Eve. Well, I think this is going to be back to the drawing board, because although I can get this section down no problem at all, I just can't get that other giant segment down. I guess the thing to do would be try landing it the other way around, but then we need a heat shield on the rear of it, and that gets in the way of the engines. Could possibly manage that, would be a bit awkward, but might be what we have to do to try and get this to work. If you have any ideas, please do let me know, leave them below. Otherwise, that's 2 Kerbals there, we're slowly running out of money again, and Eve is a big problem. Anyway, hope to catch you next time. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers!